Good morning, student. In today's lecture, we will study about the respiration in arthropoda. Okay. Respiration involves the exchange of gases between the body and the environment. Okay. And in arthropod there are different type of that is take place based on the environment in which they live. And arthropods and this is further divided into two types of main respiration in arthropod, that is aquatic respiration and aerial respiration. Okay, so in today's lecture we will study about the aquatic respiration. So what is aquatic respiration? In aquatic respiration involves the utilization of oxygen which is dissolved in water. Okay, and it occurs in the aquatic arthropods, and there are different type of organs that will bring about this aquatic respiration. The first one is gills, and gills are the delicate feather like outgrowth that are present on a thoracic appendages. Okay, and these gills are located inside the chamber, and this chamber is termed as a gill chamber, which is located on the side of thorax. Okay, and this whole gill chamber will be covered by brachiostegia. Okay, so in the picture, that is figure 10.272, is a gill of crustacea. Okay. A simple structure. Gills is gills are in crescent shape. Okay, and each gills has a central axis and two or more rows of lateral lamellae. So this in the if you see this picture, in this picture, that is a gill of crustacean, there are two rows in which lamellae are placed, but these rows may vary in number as per the species. Okay, and these lamellae have a different shape in a different crustacea. Okay, and based on the shape of lamellae, these gills are further classified into three types. That is, first one is Phylobrancha, Dendrobrancha, and Trichobrancha. Okay, so Phylobrancha is the gills in which the lamellae are broad, leaf-like, and arranged in two rows, and it is found in Palemon, that is the freshwater prawns. Okay. Second one is Dendrobrancha. The Dendrobrancha is a type of gill which is leaf-like, will be having a leaf-like lamellae, and that are divided into many fine slender processes called as a gill filaments. Okay, and it is found in Peneus. That is, Peneus is marine prawns. Okay, and third one is the Trichobrancha, which is another type of gills in which the lamellae are in the form of large gill filaments. Okay, and they are arranged on three sides. And this type of gills are found in Astacus, that is Astacus. Okay, and the gills of Peneus, that is a marine prawns, is further classified into uh, uh, further classified into three main types based on the place of attachment. Okay, so the Peneus will be having a dendrobranch type of gills. Okay, so in the this in the Peneus, this type of gills is further classified into three types based on the place of attachment. So first one is Podobranchus, that is the foot gills. Okay, and this Podobranchus or this type of gills are attached to the coxa of the appendages. Okay, and in Peneus, it has a one pair of podobranchus which is attached to the maxilliped, that is second maxillipeds. Okay. Then second type is the pleurobranchus, that is also known as the side gills, and this type of gills are attached to the lateral wall of thorax. Okay, and there are 6 pairs of pleurobranchus which is attached near the last 6 pairs of thoracic appendages in penis. Okay, whereas the third one is the arthrobranchus, that is the gills which are found at the joint. Okay, and that's why it is also known as a joint gills. This type of gills are attached to the junction of the appendages or to the body. Okay, and there are 11 pairs of arthrobranchus in penis. Okay, so these are the different type of gills which are found in a penis, that is a marine prawns. And the number of gills which are actually the number of gills varies depend on a species. For example, penis has 24 pairs of gills. Okay, 24 gills, whereas the pelmon, that is the freshwater prawns, will be having a 16 gills, whereas the homarus will be having a 20, and the pea crab will be having only 6 gills. Okay, so the number of gills will be varying as per the species. Okay, and also in the study of this, there is a branchial formula is also there, that is the number and arrangement of gills in the prawn are given in the form of formula called as a branchial formula. Okay, and this branchial formula uh, will be various, like it will be again differs. And this branchial formula will be having appendages, then podobranchus, arthrobranchus, pleurobranchus, and epipodite. Okay, and in each appendages, how many podobranchus are present, how many arthrobranchus are present, pleurobranchus will be present, epipodite will be present, that are marked, and at the end all the totals are done. So that will list the conclude the number of gills in a particular prawns. Okay, then next is the how this mechanism of respiration is carried out by the gills. These gills lie in the branchial chamber. Okay, and it is covered by a branchiostagite. Okay, so this gill chamber opens ventrally, anteriorly, and posteriorly. Okay, and this gill chamber at the anterior, it will be having a scaphognatite, okay, which are placed at the second maxilla at the anterior, and it forms the entrance for the gill chamber. And the movement of the scaphognatite uh, will create a water current is created, and it send out water from the gill chamber through the anterior end. Okay, and then what happens, the water contained, due to the loss of water flows in through the posterior entrance of the gill chamber. So anterior entrance will lead to the movement of water out of the body, where the posterior chamber entrance of the gill chamber will receive or will provide entrance for the inlet of the water. Okay, so there is continuous movement of flow of water in and out of the gill chamber, and these gills are always immersed inside the water, and thus exchange of gases takes place between the water and the blood. Okay, plus there will be Sato's hairs will be present at the entrance of the anterior and at the posterior end, that will of the branchial chamber, that will prevent the entry of the foreign particles. Okay, and there is also the blood supply that takes place, that is the gills receive blood through the efferent branchial channel, and the oxygenated blood from the gills will be carried out by the efferent, okay, efferent branchial channels to the pericardial sinus. Okay, so the exchange of gases will take place between the water and the blood. Okay, the next type of respiratory organ which are found in an aquatic medium is the epipodite. Okay, this epipodite is the membranous outgrowth of the integument that will be arising from the coxa of the thoracic appendages. Okay, and this in Penaeus, that is in marine prawns, it will be having a 6 pairs of epipodite. Okay, and they are located on the 6 pairs of thoracic appendages. Okay, first 6 pairs of the thoracic appendages, and the first pair of epipodite is conical in shape, and the remaining 5 pairs are Y-shaped. This you will be remembering when we have done the study or type study of the Penaeus. That time we have done the appendages in prawns. So that time it is explained that epipodites present on the appendages. Okay, so in the first pair of epipodite of the thoracic will be having a conical in shape, whereas remaining 5 will be in a Y shaped. Okay, similarly in Palaemon, that is in the fresh water marine prawns, will be having a 3 pairs of epipodite. Okay, and this epipodite is highly vascular, and they exchange gases between the blood and the water. Okay, the next type of respiratory organ is branchiostagite. Okay, this branchiostagite is the gill cover. Okay, and it is the lateral extension of the carapace, which is it will be enclosing a cavity between itself and the body, and the cavity which it encloses is known as a gill chamber. Okay, and the inner lining of this branchiostagite is richly supplied by the blood. So there is a constant there is a constant bath by the water current. Hence exchanges of gases occurs between the water and the blood. Okay, this is the picture which branchiostagite and epipodite are present. Okay, this epipodite will be in a Y shaped. You can see now, Y shaped means it is the last remaining 5 pairs of thoracic, okay, appendages. The next one is the rectal gills. Okay, these rectal gills are located in the inner surface of the rectum, and they are in the form of soft lamellae. Okay, and this and the water is drawn in and expelled out via anus for respiration. Okay, in rectile, what happens, the anus will help in drawing water and out of the body. Okay, and rectile gills occurs in a nids of the naiads, NAIADS, of the dragonfly. What is this naiads? Naiads are called as, basically they are called as a nymph of aquatic insect. Nymph means that the larval stages or the early developmental stages of the aquatic insect. So the starting only I have said that it is the respiratory organ in an aquatic environment. So rectal is the gills which are found in a nymph of aquatic insect. Okay, then the next one is the tracheal gills. These tracheal gills are the outgrowth of the body wall, and they are finger-like shaped or leaf shaped, that will be contain a system of tracheae. Okay, and this type of tracheal gills are found in naiads, that is the aquatic larva of the insect, For example, mayfly, M-A-Y, mayfly, F-L-Y, will contain 7 pairs of leaf-like tracheal gills. This leaf-like structure will be leaf-like or the finger-like. It depends on the species. So the lamellae, the structure of the lamellae will differ as per among the species. So mayfly will be having a 7 pairs of leaf-like tracheal gills on the side of the abdomen, whereas the naiad of the damsel, D-A-M-S-E-L, damsel fly, has a 3 leaf-like tracheal gills which will be attached to the posterior end of the abdomen. Okay? And in the naiads of stone fly, S-T-O-N-E, stone fly, the tracheal gills are finger shaped and are located at the base of the legs. Okay? So next one is the book gills. Book gills are, as the name suggests, it is a book-like. So this type of gills are called as a book gills. Okay, and these are the respiratory organ of the lemurus. Lemurus has a 5 pairs of book gills, and they are found attached to the last 5 pairs of appendages. And each book gills is formed of 150 to 200 leaf-like lamellae. Okay, and these lamellae are richly supplied by blood. So exchange of oxygen takes place between the blood and water. Okay, the next one is the body surface. In many arthropod, what happens, they will respire through, or respiration occurs through a general body surface, okay, by the diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffusion is the net movement of any material from the higher concentration to the lower concentration, which is driven by the gradient. Okay, so in diffusion, what happens, the movement of material takes place from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. Okay, and the respiration through body surface is take place by the diffusion, and it is commonly occurs in the crustaceans and also occurs in the insect with the small and soft body. Okay, the next one which I have not mentioned is the blood gills. B-L-O-O-D, blood gills, G-I-L-L-S. So these are the gills of insect larvae supplied with the blood, and it will not have a trachea. Okay? So blood gills occurs in a Trichopetrus and a Tipulid larvae. Okay? Trichopetrus, that is a Trichopeprous, okay? And Tipulid, that is Tipulidlarvae, larvae. So this is about the blood gills. So in today's lecture we have studied about the aquatic respiration and the different type of aquatic respiratory organs that will carry out in an aquatic environment. Okay, with this we finished today's lecture. If you have any question regarding, then please let me know. Thank you.